you doing? This is vlog number 47. What the question is, why are you poor? I'm going to tell you why you're poor. This person in the mirror. You see that? That's why you are poor. Look at that person in the mirror. And I submit to you, you will find the reasons why you are poor. Now, when I was 40 and I was alone, which is not a bad thing, but I was 40 and alone, I had to come face to face with myself because it was only me and God talking. Okay, I had to come face to face with myself. And you know what? It was not a pretty picture either. I realized that I didn't have nothing. I couldn't even buy a blender. I had to use my old blender. I couldn't even buy a blender. And I realized the reason why I can't buy a blender is because I never understood money. I never educated myself about money. All I did was work and pay bills. I did not know how to manage money. I knew nothing. I did not know how to invest money. I knew nothing about money. So I'm telling you, when I turned 40, practically the whole year, I went to the library free and read every book I could on money. Because the Bible says to get wisdom and above all get understanding. I had no wisdom about money. I sometimes think that when I was a child, I had more wisdom because at least I had sense enough to save. You know, save part of my allowance or something. Okay. The Bible says to get wisdom and above all get understanding. If you are starving, you need to learn how to grow food, process food, preserve food, and cook food. If you have an issue with clothing, you need to learn how to sew. If you are homeless, you need to go buy land and learn how to build your own house. You can build a house out of stone. They do it all the time in the third world, okay? Why you have to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why do you keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again? You haven't learned your lesson. I've seen preachers that make the same mistake. They were into gimmicks and get-rich-quick schemes 30, 20 years ago, and they still have gimmicks, get-rich-quick schemes. They haven't learned a lesson. Okay? Why can't you save money? You haven't looked at yourself in the mirror. Why haven't you saved money for yourself and for your children so your children will not go to the streets and get any money? You got to look at yourself in the mirror. Okay? You do. You got to save for yourself. You got to save for your children. You got to buy some property. Why are you poor? That person in the mirror. Okay, you got to look at you got to come face to face with yourself. And it may not be a good picture. It may not be a pretty picture. But you got to come face to face with yourself. Why are you making the same mistakes that your ancestors made? Why are you making the same mistakes that you made 20, 30 years ago? That person in the mirror is who you need to talk to. Bye.